This is going to be another video of the Victorian Stairwell makeover, and in this video we're going to focus on the primer stage, and also I've added a little bit of the electrics to this video as well. I kind of added them together and in that way it's made the video a little bit longer. I hope you enjoy it. The reason that I've painted all the primer by hand is because the Zinsser is really thin. It's as thin as water. If you use a roller, it spatters all over the place. And I think the brush is better because when you paint it with the brush, it goes on thicker. I only needed to do one coat of primer because it went on really well. The Zinsser is a sort of shellac paint as well, so it's very difficult to clean. And so for this stage, I just wrapped my brush in cling film in between uses, and at the end, I just chucked it away. I thought this was a good shot because you can see this section here I've just put a primer coat on, and this wall obviously hasn't had that done yet, so that's kind of just to let you see the difference between even adding the primer has made such a difference already in how clean the wall looks. I'll just take you up. I've been doing all of this wall here and up there. The window had a tiny little bit of sanding left to do, so that'll be done soon. Not the window itself, but the surround. And that wall, and you can see where I've put the first coat of primer on the steps, the wooden risers. And there we go. There's another look at that. Before and after.
So I've attached this brush to it at one stick so that I can get up into the corners.
Ingenious.
Ingenious method.
Needs must.
That's it, Chief.
This is the section that has the most work left to do. Sam's been sanding all of this area today just to give it a really good key for the paint. It's hard to tell on video, but that is looking nicely roughed up, and some of the little patches here, they're nice and flat and they'll be ready for a bit of sealer or primer. The underside of the stairs, we've got another one of them to do. Might be a bit more work than I first thought on that one, but I think we'll still manage. And just a little bit extra down here. Yep. But it is definitely getting to the light at the end of the tunnel phase.
Check it out, everything has been polythened up.
I'm going to take you for a little walk down here, show you all the bits that we've done. I can't remember when I last filmed and what stage we were at, but I have a feeling there's a lot of progress. Every wall that you can see so far has been primed, completely finished, ready for the final coat. There's little areas where the dado's not done, that's because we're just working on the resin there. But yeah, it's really getting there now. All that bit's done, and Sam took off, there was an old light there. It was sold that it had a Bakelite cover. That's gone. It was broken, it wasn't worth keeping. It wasn't like a nice Bakelite light. Down here, that underside of that stair has all been done. Well, primed, I say now. So done. The inner part of the stair there. And the last part that is just needing a little bit here and there is this area behind the door. So we just need to wait for some of the filler to dry so we can sand it back and see where it's at. Maybe it'll need a bit more, but if not, that'll be good to go and then we can paint. This primer is so good, and when you put your hand across it there's no stour or anything on the wall, it's just perfect and ready to go. I really recommend it. Something that we've also been working on is this area here is the sort of a sensor for an intruder light, and that's our old light there.
Up at the top of the door was where it was, where you can see where it was, and this is the doorbell itself. And then if you pop this little thing off, it's got a little battery inside.
And you think that might be an 80s battery?
I think it's 80s.
It looks it, doesn't it? Many of the electrics were long dead and had all been painted into the walls. We spent quite a bit of time checking to make sure they weren't live and then removing all of the dead cables. We got rid of 99% of the electrics ourselves. I'll just go up the ladder. What Sam's been doing on this side of the door while I was hand sanding, he was, I don't know if it's a bit dark, there we go. He was taking out all the wires here which were at this doorbell, and we were trying to figure out where the wires go because, as you can see, a little bit of light through that one. We wanted to make sure we weren't going to electrocute ourselves and die, but they're all fine. So we can take that out and then fill up these holes. We've acquired this vintage light, and that's going to hang up there where we've got a little gold hook. That lantern was another really nice eBay find. But that's a little update on the door. And we're going to chase that cable and find out where it is, and we think it might be, there was an old intercom at the bottom in the garden, you know, to buzz for each individual flat. It's probably that, so we can take it out if that's the case.
Okay, so we've chased everything back from an old doorbell that went in through the wall up there, down the side there, up into the corner, along the wall, just yank it. Here we go.
Woohoo!
There we go.
Last piece.
How long that is.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Yep. A lot's happened since I last filmed, and we've primed almost everything. I'll have a little scan over. We also successfully got hold of an electrician to do our lantern. There was one problem, and it was at our front door. Since we couldn't find out where the power source for our front light was, we had to get an electrician to come in and have a look. We have this little piece of wood at the front of our door, and it had an old timer on it. So behind that piece of wood, when the electrician took it away, there was a live wire. He said that that was the most dangerous electrics that he'd ever seen. Because it was behind a piece of wood, it could have caught fire. I'm just glad that he sorted it when he did. I've got a clip of the moment that it blew from our door camera, so I'll add that in.
Was the circuit on the right hand? Yeah.
This is just filling in some marks made by trunking that we've removed.
Yeah, and the trunking looked worse, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
The electrician did put some trunking in around the wire. We thought it looked better to just take the trunking away, and we've just painted the cable in. So this is the only area that's left where we had to paint in the cables. And that's just because the electrician thought that there were too many. And these cables, they go outside as well. So they go up here. And all across there and along and way beyond the gate. So he thought there was too much work to chase them and figure out where they were going. But I think that they're probably dead. So what we did was we just cable tied them in to make them a bit neater because they were all hanging loose. And then just painted them in. It's not ideal, but it's the only area that's got that. So now we've got a really nice clean look in the stairwell and all the old electrics that are dead are gone and there's only that tiny little bit where they've had to be painted in. So I'm quite happy with that. All we have now is a sensor for our light and there's another little white box which I think is maybe like a surge protector or something like that. Way less cluttered and it looks really nice and neat now. And so this is what the lantern looks like now. That black thing is a sensor. And there's one little white electrical box there. Now to finish here, I found a couple of clips that are sort of orphaned clips and they should have been in previous videos. They're kind of interesting, so I've just add them on to the end here. So I hope you enjoy. The door frame around our front door had some really bad thick paint sort of sloshed over it over the years, so we've been using a heat gun to strip the paint. I actually would recommend a heat gun. Apparently it's very dangerous and it's one of the worst ways to release lead because it vaporises it, but if you've got a mask on you should be okay. But this is kind of how far we've got. If that's, I don't know if you can see that very well, yeah. So that is quite a slow process, but in a way some of the paint strippers that you can use for that I find take longer because you put it on and you go away for maybe 4 hours or even overnight and you come back really excited to see all the paint come off, and quite often it doesn't. I just think it's faster to use the heat gun, to be honest. It is kind of it's a rough finish because it's had so much paint over the years. So you're still going to need to sand it. We'll need to sand this one. Probably use a lot of filler because it's kind of popped a bit loose, and just make it look nice because it has really been abused over the years and a lot of people I think have just painted on top of the old paint and it's just gotten this thick crust. So it's a good thing that we want to paint the wood because I don't think you could ever get that wood back to bare wood. It's taken so much damage over the years, so we'll give that a nice weatherproof paint. Thanks so much for watching. I'll have another video out soon.